Hello everybody, my name is Casey Gessler and I'm here with Sky Flores to hear his point of view on is college worth it? So Sky, is college worth it?
First off, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, having me on here. But I view college as it's more of a tool. It's not really a necessity. And it differs from person to person. Obviously, if you want to go to a medical degree, you need college. That's just a necessity. To become a doctor or whatever you want to become in the medical field, you need a degree. But if it's something for arts or anything like that, it's not really necessary. You can get around it. It varies from person to person, what works for you, but I see it as really, it's very expensive as it is now. Another thing too is depending on where you want to go, location, that could be an issue. There's just a lot of factors that go into it that could make it very difficult for someone to go to college. And it's something that people save up for most of their lives. You got to take that in consideration. Also, college isn't really for everyone. Just learning in general, just how the education system works, it doesn't really work for everyone. Lots of colleges are going to online courses, online schooling, where they have you do multiple personality tests to see how you learn, because not everybody learns the same way. Some people are more visual, some people are more with audio, some people are more hands-on, some people work in bigger groups, some people work in smaller groups. There's a lot of things that go into factors that can make you better at learning. And you may see it for people at high school. In high school it might not work for you. You might hate high school, and it's just because of the environment you're in. Maybe you don't like all the people there. The classes are too big for you. It might be hard for you to read, but it's better for you to do things hands-on. So it's different from person to person on what you prefer, but there is times where you need it. But honestly, it's not the 1960s anymore, where college education was really rare and kind of like guaranteed you a job. Now, the thing is, more people are going to college for credentials than knowledge. That's just a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You see plenty of people go to okay colleges, not to really the best colleges, because they just want the credentials. And that's the only reason. And you have plenty of people that go to college not knowing what they want to do, because they know if they get a college degree that it'll better their chances of getting a job. Now, does a degree and your grades really measure your intelligence? No. But they do know that it gets your foot in the door a lot easier for a job. It's just very different from person to person. But there's professors even now moving away from colleges. There's professors starting their own movement to start online coursing through YouTube, through the internet. The internet has changed what education is now. Schools are moving more towards it. Even all the way down to elementary schools.
I agree completely on many of those thoughts. I mean, college has changed over the years, and is college worth it anymore? Like, should people be going, or should they not be going, or should they go right in the workforce? I mean, it differs from person to person. So I noticed when you said some of your points, I mean, what's your opinion on that's a degree that's worth going for? I mean, you said the medical. What about like a liberal arts degree? I mean,
another thing would be like law.
Okay.
Law degrees. But like anything in arts, you don't really need it.
So liberal arts is not necessary, or?
Like if you want to go into writing, you don't really need a degree. You could self-educate yourself. It's not hard. The internet opens your mind to a lot of things. You know, now it's not really you have to go to a library anymore. You know, you can pop it up on your phone. You know, there's lots of people that educate themselves. There's even professors that have their own YouTube channels that post videos and stuff like that. So, you know, the knowledge you can gain now is even more than it was before. And another thing you have to take into mind is really a degree more important than experience? You know, what's worth more? And really, how does an employer decide who's better? Someone with, 4 years of experience on the job, or someone with a degree? And for me, I would rather employ the person with experience. Because someone with a degree, okay, you have a degree, but I got to teach you everything now. I got to, show you how to do it. Because you learned everything out of the book, doesn't mean you know how to do it.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Nowadays people are coming out of college not knowing what to do because all they knew were books, and that's it. They're not actually getting their real life, hands-on situations of their job.
Yeah.
And like you said, experience is key.
Yeah. It depends on really what you want to do. Like law school, you need a degree. That's just that. That's facts. You just need a degree. Same thing with medical school. You need a degree. No one's gonna, you're not gonna become. It's illegal.
So do you think going to a big institution with a high tuition is more higher your credentials rather than going to a smaller school, or it doesn't even matter?
It sounds nice if I was, oh yeah, I went to Yale, that sounds nice, but you can't even file bankruptcy on college loans. You can't file bankruptcy, but you can file bankruptcy on anything else.
Yeah, I've seen many problems throughout the education system where people don't have the money to pay for these expenses. Like Yale's, I couldn't imagine the prices at Yale. Probably outrageous. You'd be in debt forever.
Yeah, people are paying it for the rest of their lives. Is it really worth it? It's something that you shouldn't really jump into. There's lots of people that change their careers or what they are going for college for multiple times, 3-4 times while they're there.
Yeah. It's definitely something people need to think about in their lives, and it's a choice that everyone makes, and some don't, some do. But what is your stance on, are you going to college or?
For me, I was really up for it, like a year or two ago, if you would ask me if I was going to college, I'm like, yeah, I'm going, but now I'm going to an arts college. How do I feel about it? It's more, for me, it's not really the credentials, it's more of a hands-on experience. Where I'm going to is more hands-on. I'm pretty much guaranteed a job. It's not really a very traditional university. That's the only reason why I'm going to college.
So would you be planning on staying, what do you think about your thoughts on on campus, students staying on campus?
Whatever works for them, honestly. Really just, if you can, if housing is there provided, then, stay in housing. But if you have relatives that live nearby, then do what's more beneficial for you. If you're all about the experience of college, the college life, then, do whatever works for you. But just realize that you're spending a lot more money if you're staying on campus.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of people get confused with staying on campus means go partying. In reality, it's not. People need to stay on their studies and get the education that they're paying for.
Yeah. Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people, go for just the experience, but it's something very serious. It's going to be it's going to be your career, it's going to be your future. So you going out and partying all the time is not really going to be the best thing for you.
I agree with a lot of your points. Well, that's all the time we have today. Thank you for the Casey and Sky Flores show on the ACC.com.